We'll send in the clowns here.
Yeah, it looks like Sean is still having trouble with his audio. I'll see if I can send him a note to restart.
Okay, thanks, Polly. See you later.
Ciao.
Ciao. Sitting comfortably at ease with the spine gently straight, limbs relaxed. Bear attention to the felt sensation of breath in the body. Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Shamirasya Chavaichikena Yopakaritam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranchaviranatosmi Abhavu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidarinam Sahasrashirsam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Hari Om. Okay. Start with down dog tonight. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, lift the head up, look up towards the fingertips. Keep extending out of the armpits and the shoulders. And then bring the head to neutral. Don't tuck the chin too much. Have a sense that the thoracic spine is extending through to connect the neck to the base of the skull as you lengthen back out of the armpits. The thoracic spine goes deep in. You have to keep spreading the shoulder blades, opening the collarbones. And press the ball mounds. Slightly lift the toes off the floor so you're lifting the shin. Those are your heels, Clea. Lift your toes. You people, you California people, I don't know. Toes and heels, they're two different things. So the shin is sharply lifted, the back and the inner thigh are lifted. Okay. The toes are on the front part of your foot. Okay, walk your hands back toward your feet and go into Uttanasana. Start with concave spine. If you need blocks or put your hands on your shins, that's okay too. Wide collarbones, shoulder blades again. Again, figuring out which end of the foot your toes are on, extend your toes, and draw the inner and back thigh up. Now extend your torso and arms out into a dog pose angle. Don't let the hips shift forward or back. So if you need blocks out there, if you're tighter in the pose, you might not go that far. You could also stick a chair out there. Roll to the inner heel, activate the outer arch, draw the legs up. And then take the hands back toward the feet, deeper into Uttanasana. Take the trunk and head down to your capacity. Slightly lift the navel away from the belly button. Don't feel like you're pulling it back toward the spine. That way. Those of you who can hold your ankles, hold your ankles. Spread the elbows wide and draw the waist ribs even farther down away from the hips. Shift the weight toward the center arch, so you're not sitting all the way back on your heels. Holding the ankles, come strongly into concave spine. And then drop the arms to the side, inhale, breath, come up. Okay, stand with your back against a wall and either loop a belt or hold your right foot in Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So we're going to take the wall support or loop a strap. Take both hands to your belt, Sean. Nice. Lift the foot. So Betsy, if you can hold the foot with both hands, yeah, drop the shoulders, lift the foot with your arms.
I don't know if I can.
Lift the sternum. Either hold the foot or loop a strap. Okay. Now you gotta switch to just one hand, Betsy, those of you who did that. Extend your left arm to the side and adjust and take your right leg to the side. Doesn't matter how high it goes. Keep trying to use the wall support. Stand up tall from the standing leg. Feel free to stand at the wall. Okay, bring the right leg either into half lotus or tree pose. You can hold the foot with your left hand. If that's difficult, you can just cross the ankle on the foot there like that. Press the foot into the thigh and extend the heel. Now take your right arm up. Take the right knee. Don't try to push the knee back. Move the outer knee down and in toward the midline. Tuck the tuchus. Nice. And lower the arm. Relax the leg. Okay, reset for the second side. So, holding the left big toe or holding the hands with both feet, the foot with both hands. Or use your strap. Separate the strap if you're using a strap. Stand up tall. Okay, take the leg to the side. Counter extension with the opposite arm. Outer hip with the standing leg into the socket. Okay, bend the knee to half lotus or cross the knee across the thigh. Readjust your hips. The knee goes down and toward the midline. Don't try to push it back, but press the foot into the thigh and extend that inner heel. Take the left arm up. And lower the arm. Okay. Thank God you've only got two legs, right? Okay, wide stance, Prasarita Padottanasana. Start with concave spine. If you need height, use some blocks or a chair. Upper arms pull into the sockets and widen the shoulder blades. Widen and lift the collarbones. And reach back through your sit bones. Extend your fourth and fifth toes so you activate the outer arch and lift it up. The weight will roll a little more toward the inner heel and ball of the big toe, but you're keeping the toes wide by extending the fourth and fifth toe. Then from that foundation, draw the legs up. Don't try to push the leg bones backward. Draw them up. Gradually extend the groin. Take the trunk and head down to your capacity, as they say in Light on Yoga. Keep the fourth and fifth toe very dynamic. Okay, now everybody knows where their toes are. Now the tendency is to sit back on the heels. So shift to the center arch without gripping the toesies. Almost like you're almost playing the edge of somersaulting, the sit bones over you. Pressing the palms and lifting and widening the shoulder blades like you would in headstand. Inhale back to concave spine. I'm very distracted by your yoga tights tonight, Jeannie. They're very cute. Everybody stand up. Back to Tadasana. What are those? Oh, they're elves. Are they elves? You're in the Christmas spirit. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. I'm easily distracted. Okay, time for headstand. If you're not doing headstand, do some sort of head-supported forward bend. So you can do wide stance with the head on a chair. Mr. Kelly, that might work for you. Okay, yeah. Otherwise, use your pelvic swing, use your headstander, use your wall. Oh, good. Your headstander made the move, Clea. Very good. The t-shirt's pretty good too, Jeannie, I gotta say. I gotta up my game here. So when you anchor your forearms, make the bones sharp toward the floor, but slightly gripping in toward the palm side of the bone. There is weight on the head, but you shouldn't feel like there's any weight on the neck. Wide lift of the inner back muscles to take the shoulder blades up and out, elbows in, clear. Don't try to push the spine forward, just move the side torso up. And Sean, just rest the head, keep the neck long, be a little toward the brows so you're not blocking the throat. Yep. Okay, take Baddha Konasana if you can. Those of you who can stay longer in the pose, keep the nice wide lift of the shoulders. Press the feet. Extend the little toe, Betsy. Take the heels forward and the toes backward. Keep the heels touching though. Excuse me. And side Upavishta legs if that, or re-extend the legs back to Shirsasana. Outer hips very compact. Recharge the lift in the shoulders. And then re-extend the legs back up. Lumbar sacrum, tailbone up. And then the breath takes you out of the pose. Rest with your head down. All right, sit in Dandasana. Do the Iyengar boogie. Rock, rock. Wide, happy feet. Wide feet are happy feet, even in California. Clasp your elbows over your head. Take the upper arms back, if possible, so they're behind your ears. Chin floats up now. You can even push the skull up into the forearms slightly. Grip inward from the outer arm, from the deltoid. Then from there, extend the arms. If you need to keep the arms wider, that's fine, but see if you can keep them upper arm deep in the socket, deltoid pinned in, chin floating up, rooting from the root of the sit bones and inner thighs. You release the arms down. All right. Take your left leg into Janu Shirsasana and your right leg forward, so you're in Triambakapada. If you are tilted over to the right, then put more height under that right buttock. So I heard Santa Claus was making a list, but he's disinfecting it twice. He's going to find out if you're naughty or nice, which is a little creepy, don't you think? This guy watching us all year. Extend the trunk and arms up. And exhale forward. Either hold the foot or loop a belt. Actually, whether you're holding the foot or holding a strap, just hold with your left hand. Put your right hand out to the side. Because almost everybody's going to tilt a little on the straight leg. So literally lift your tuchus off the floor and come back down on the inner thigh, inner sit bone. Use the right hand to help you. Begin to extend forward or lift up out of the bowl of the pelvis and lengthen whatever your capacity, but use the right hand. Now see if you can maintain that without any tipping to the outer leg and bring the right hand to the foot. So the outer leg has to really come toward the bone. If you feel yourself tipping, use the right hand to the side again. Inhale, come up. Now either loop a belt or hold the right foot and extend it up into heron pose, Krunchasana. Lift the leg by grounding the thigh downward into the socket. Now the pelvis is going to roll back a little, so rotate as far forward on that right sit bone as you can, even if the leg has to drop down a little. Lift the leg. Don't try to pull your torso toward the leg. Energetically, the leg gets longer and is moving toward the torso. Maybe infinitesimally. If you can bring it in close, Betsy, if you have that range, go ahead. And put the forehead on your shin. Okay. Carefully bend the knee. Just drop the foot down into Janushirasana position. So the left leg is still in Virasana. The right foot is on the inner left thigh. I'm not mirroring you. I'm doing the same side. So Clea, left leg Virasana. Yeah. You know how you tell the left foot? It's got the big toe on the right. Foolproof method. If I look at my right foot, it has the big toe on the left. No confusion there. Why are you shaking your head? Okay. All right. We're going to take a twist. So, but we're going to use a strap. And the strap is going to go around my right shin and thigh, all the way to the root. No straps. If you don't have a strap, big deal. Turn to the right. The other right. So the right hand comes around to the strap. I can show from the side here. I grab that. I pull down. My left hand comes to my outer right knee. Pull down on the root of the leg and sit tall from the left side to twist. Have a sense of squeezing the knees and the hips in toward the midline. Chin up. And release, turn forward. Change sides. Right leg, the one with the big toe on the left, into Virasana. Left leg extended. Have enough height so you don't feel tipped over toward the left hip. Have a sense that you're sitting in Dandasana. Okay, take the right hand to the left foot and the left hand out to the side. Or loop a strap. Use the left hand to roll to the inner thigh, lift the butt up, come back down onto the inner thigh, inner sit bone, then gradually begin to extend forward. Use the left hand to roll toward the right shin and the inner left thigh. If possible, bring the left hand to the foot without tilting. Otherwise, just keep using the left hand. And inhale, come up. Okay, then you hold the left foot or loop a strap and extend it up. Drop the shoulders, lift the heart center, ground the thigh to the socket, lift the leg coming up and toward the torso, even if it's a tiny bit, rather than trying to pull the torso toward the leg. So Betsy, you should try this. The left hand grabs the right wrist. Bend your knee to do that. Bend your knee, cross your leg over. Okay, now try extending from there.
Left hand.
Left hand grabs right wrist. There you go. Wouldn't want you to get bored, Betsy. But lift your heart center. Everybody. Okay, release the leg, bring it into a Janu Shirsasana position. Put your belt around your right shin and thigh, or not. And then pull down on that hip and twist to the left. Widen the collarbones and shoulder blades and sit tall from the right hip, waist, floating rib in order to turn. Then turn your head and look forward toward the right. Chin up. Hold down on that thigh and lift up. Knees squeeze toward the midline. And release. Oofda. Oofda. Sitte Upavishta Konasana. Seated angle posture. As you draw the inner thighs to seat the head of the femur deep in the socket, have a sense of sitting on the thighs more than on the sit bones. Keep grounding the femur. Of course, you're grounding the sit bones too, but grounding the femur, lift up and out of the bowl of the pelvis and extend forward. For those of you who can't hold the toes, you can loop two straps if you like, or one long one. Or you can just press the shin bones, or possible holding the big toes and coming back to concave spine though. Lift the abdomen up under your diaphragm and look up slightly. As you lift the side ribs away from the pelvic rib, also lift the belly up toward the diaphragm. You're not trying to suck it back toward the spine. That's Uddiyana Bandha. We just want to Uddiyana, upward, flying upward. Okay, take your left hand around to your right foot. As in the previous pose, use the right hand to the side to lengthen that right waist and shift, lifting your abdomen up. Shift your torso over that right leg. From the left rib cage to the right leg, turn and lengthen the right side of the waist and spine. If you can keep that, then the right hand can go to the foot as well. Keep the length on the right side of the waist and spine and lift the abdomen toward the diaphragm to turn the lower part of your rib cage. Going to the right, clear. Left hand to right foot. I know you're in Berkeley, but everything can't be left. Yeah. Go ahead and extend forward to your capacity, whatever that might be. If you can take your head down, that's fine. Parshva Upavishta Konasana. And inhale, breath, come back up. Come and sit to the center once again. Ground the femur. Hold your big toes. Concave spine, grounding the thigh. I have a lot of happiness, so I can actually demonstrate how to lift your happiness up. I don't know. Sean's got some happiness too. All of you do, but so I like to tell people I don't have a six-pack, I have a keg. I went right to the keg. That's the Wisconsin belly. I got that joke from my brother-in-law. May he rest in peace. Okay, shift that right hand around to the left foot. Use the left hand to lengthen and lift the left waist and spinal column as you begin to extend out. Or use your straps, but accentuate that left hand a little more. Twist your happiness and extend. Bring the left hand to the foot or the belt and extend out over the leg to your capacity. Keep the chin extended a bit so you're not blocking the throat. Shift until your navel is at least facing the center of the thigh or actually over the center of the thigh. Parshva Upavishta Konasana. And inhale, breath, come up. Okay. Fingertips in front. And gradually begin to extend forward, or at least don't round the back. You think people who can get their head to the floor are happier than you? I don't think so. They may become insufferable yoga practitioners because they think they know what yoga's about just because they can put their head on the floor. But fortunately, hardly any of you have that problem. Betsy gets her head all the way down, but then she has to deal with her intoxicated ego. Not really. Okay, slide back in and come up. Mr. Iyengar said, the ego, by its very nature, is intoxicated with itself. It's drunk on its own self. All right. Chatushpadasana. Supposed to say Gesundheit.
Chatushpadasana.
So you have a little blanket support for the shoulders, so the neck is off. This is bridge. It's a dynamic bridge where you either hold your shins or interlock your fingers behind your back. You can also loop a belt around your shins and hold that. Those are the three variations. If you can hold your shin bones, though, the heels have to be rooted. Or interlock the fingers underneath you, or loop a strap around your ankles and pull strongly to lift up from the sit bones. Turn that right foot in, Jeannie. Heel out, toe in. Right foot. Heel out, toe in. There you go, better. So the shin bone hits toward the calf, and you contract the hamstrings and lift up from the sitting bones, from the base of the buttocks. Side neck long, wide chest, chin floating. Shins in, shins in. So the neck is just off the blanket slightly, like a shoulder stand blanket. Okay, now some of you have been in it a while others were getting ready, so you can come down and rest. Raise your hips clear, come on. Get your neck off the blanket though. The shoulders move to the edge like a shoulder stand, whatever height you're using. So the neck is, yeah. Okay, and then those of you who rested, go back up again with your breath. Shin bone hits toward the calf, shins in, raised from the sit bones and outer hips.